Welcome to this week's edition of Madisyn with the News. Today we're going to be talking about the Lahaina wildfires and the conspiracy theories behind them. On August 8th, fires broke out in Maui and at least 97 people have been reported dead. Before the fire started, Maui was experiencing a tropical storm that gave them hurricane-like winds. At first, firefighters were on the hunt to find out exactly what started the fires. And after further debate on the topic, the focus turned on the Hawaii Power Utility Company and whether the power company, Hawaiian Electric, did enough to prepare for the storms before the outbreak of the fire. Hawaiian Electric provides electricity for 95% of residents on Hawaii Island. And nearly a week after the fires broke out, the cause of the fire was still not yet determined. However, the conditions of the fire were similar to fires that have started elsewhere in the country, the cause of those wildfires being sparked by electrical equipment and further carried out by dry brush, high winds, and aging infrastructure. Hawaiian Electric is under further investigation and is experiencing a multitude of lawsuits for not making the decision to shut off the power before the island started experiencing their high winds. In an article written by the New York Times, it states that when many wildfires occur in the United States, the fires are usually caused by power lines blowing down or when branches or other objects hit power lines, causing sparks that can then start wildfires. An example given in the article is when California experiences wildfires, the state makes the decision to shut off the power before the winds strike, thus preventing these power line wildfires from beginning. Hawaiian Electric's chief executive Sheila Kimura stated in a news conference that the company did not have a shut-off program and contended that cutting off the power could have resulted in creating more problems for people who require medical equipment that run on electricity. Ultimately, Hawaiian Electric had a tough choice to make, and a lot of factors played into the choice of keeping the power on. Hawaiians appear frustrated with the electric company and demand that someone needs to be held accountable for causing the damages to the island. In late August, Hawaiian Electric acknowledged their power lines had started the fire on the morning of August 8th, but Hawaiian Electric is not the only contributor to the fire, as the island had also been experiencing severe drought conditions and extremely hot weather conditions. According to the United States Drought Monitor, it states nearly 16% of Maui County was in a drought at the start of the fires. This also explains why firefighters who were attempting to control the fire experienced extreme water shortages. Now that the fire is contained, officials estimate it will cost more than $5 billion to repair the damage the wildfires caused. Now, with all of that said, people are speculating their own theories about what happened in the city of Lahaina. Let's take a look at some of the theories that are spiraling on social media.
Why the heck are celebs all painting their Maui properties the same weird shade of blue? Rumors have swirled since October 2022 about Lahaina's elite painting their homes a unique shade of blue. Not just any blue, mind you, but an exact shade. Sounds like a quirky celeb trend, right? But what if there's more to it? Let's delve into the science of lasers, or as they're ominously termed, dews. Why? Because there's something interesting about a specific shade of blue and these energy beams. Here's the science. Certain energy rays interact differently with various colors on the spectrum. Some colors are more resistant or reflective, protecting underlying materials from harm. Remember those untouched umbrellas amidst the Lahaina devastation? Skyscraping trees untouched by disaster can be explained away. But how do you justify these seemingly invincible umbrellas? They're not just any umbrellas. They're blue, that exact shade of blue. Is there a connection between this specific royal blue shade, possibly dubbed the Mother Mary blue, and the dews? Could Lahaina's celebrities have insider knowledge, giving their homes a blue shield against these energy beams? This Lahaina blue mystery might be more than just a color trend. Dive deeper, ask questions, and always be curious. What do you think? Coincidence or a coded message in a hue? You decide. Why the heck?
Wow, you gotta see this video. Now, I realize that this guy is senile, but he's also corrupt. Watch this video, and then I got something for you.
Last week, I appointed Bob Fenton, one of the nation's leading emergency managers, and I mean that, that's not hyperbole, who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted as our chief federal response coordinator to lead our long-term recovery on Maui. Who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted.
They're not even hiding it anymore, directly out of his own mouth. Are you kidding me? So now let's say we have a proclamation, emergency proclamation, which gives unlimited powers to the state government 3 weeks prior to the fires, directed by the one and only, the guy that needs to be impeached, Josh Green. And now we have our own president saying that he sent over this guy before the fire. What's it gonna take? Who's gonna wake up? Who's gonna realize there's something very bad going on, and the question is, you know, we need to put together a plan, a big plan. But this, I mean, they're not even hiding it anymore. It's crazy.
Each of these videos has over 1 million views on Instagram and turned the Lahaina wildfires into a conspiracy theory. People on social media are speculating that because celebrities painted their houses the same shade of blue, this is the reason their houses survived the wildfires. They say it was a giant laser that started these fires in order for Maui to be turned into a smart city, and essentially implying the government started these fires in order to buy up the land and turn Lahaina into a smart city. And unfortunately, this is a case where people believe everything they see on social media. Now let's talk more about these videos. The first video shown was made by an account called 2018 Flat Earth, and their account contributes to all conspiracy theories such as the Earth is flat, we are living in a simulation, and further conspiracies about the first people to land on the moon. This account makes these videos to convince its followers of these conspiracies without providing any actual evidence. This video ends by saying, dive deeper, ask questions, and always be curious. They end the video like this to make people think harder about something that has no evidence whatsoever. The next video takes a 10-second clip of President Joe Biden's speech and twists it to make it seem like he sent his emergency manager, Bob Fenton, to Maui before the fire because the government is the one who started the fire. But in reality, as an emergency manager, it is their job to prepare plans and procedures for responding to natural disasters. As previously stated, Hawaii was in the midst of a tropical storm before the fires had even started, and Bob Fenton was there preparing a strategy for the tropical storm if it were to escalate further into a hurricane or another natural disaster. The creator of this video is a man named Trip Mihu, who is allegedly an author and a storyteller. A storyteller who once again provides no further explanation or facts other than a 10-second clip of Biden's speech responding to the natural disasters that occurred in Hawaii. Now, there is an explanation as to why these conspiracy theories have arisen about the Lahaina wildfires. In a book called Why People Believe Weird Things, written by Michael Shermer, he states the problem with conspiracy theories is that most of us find it more comforting to have certainty, even if it's premature, than to live with unsolved or unexplained mysteries. We would rather make up a reason in our head than to think the fires happened because of an electrical line. Think of all the fires that happen in California. Do people come up with conspiracy theories even though there are over 5,000 fires per year in California? What happened in Hawaii is a tragedy, but there is an explanation for everything that has happened here. Many conspiracy theory videos about Lahaina mention the government setting up the fires and buying up all the land to create smart cities. More videos explain this is why the celebrities' houses also did not burn in the fires, and there is an explanation for that as well. But first, let's talk smart cities. Social media makes these out to be scary cities that we should be terrified of, when in reality we have 12 smart cities within the United States. Some smart cities include Dallas, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, and New York. The definition of a smart city refers to the city's use of modern technology to improve quality of life of citizens, promote economic growth, and optimize the functions of the city. Examples of smart cities adapting modern technology include smart water monitoring devices and that track usage throughout the city, streetlights that automatically dim during periods when they are not needed, water sensors that are installed along riverbanks to monitor for flooding, and more. Many of these conspiracy theories explain that the reason the celebrities' houses survived the fire is because of the specific shade of blue that their houses were painted. But this is not the case. Most of the celebrities' homes are on the beachfront, and as stated in the New York Times, the fires began to die out the closer they got to the ocean. Since these are multi-million-dollar homes, they more than likely have their own water sources and resources for natural disasters, which would make sense why their houses survived the Maui fires while other locals were not as fortunate. Most conspiracy theories can be debunked, which is why you should not believe all videos that you see on social media that do not have concrete evidence to prove what they are claiming. And that's it for this week's edition of Madisyn with the News. We will see you here next time.